Hey guys, KRX50 here with another review. This time I'll be reviewing the Henshin Belt Deluxe Ghost Driver from Kamen Rider Ghost. This is the device used by Kamen Rider Ghost to transform and ghost change. So this set includes a few things: the Ghost Driver, belt parts, and 2 ghost icons. So let's get started. First up, we'll look at the Ghost Driver itself. So taking a look, you can see that it's got a base of solid black plastic with this front cover part and lever here. You'll immediately notice right off the bat the kind of clear translucent blue covering to the front cover. It has this appearance of a kind of a one-eyed creature. The big eye, you can even see some kind of eye detailing within. Lever here has some simple details like a grip and then some paint and molded in bolts. And you actually see a little hint of a detail that's actually underneath the top layer. It has an interesting effect to it. There's also an opening here on the top, which is where the ghost icons go inside, and a button here that will open up the front cover. Have the speaker here, on-off switch down here, and the battery compartment down back here, which takes 3 AAA batteries. You can see this spiraling eye pattern. It's actually the same one that's inside here. Now, as for the lever itself, pulling it will cause the eyelids to close, and putting it back in will cause the eye to open. You have the belt straps, which are done up in a bright orange color, and are actually the same mold of belt straps as the ones for the Sengoku driver. You also have the connectors, which have some nice molding detailing, a little bit of texture, and more of those molded on bolts that you can see on the handle. As for the belt stop, it's got an interesting design of a closed eye with more of those molded on bolts. And as is typical, it's marked with an L and R to tell you which side is which. To attach it, you just have to hold in the 2 buttons, plug in one side, then go around and plug in the other. And it is, of course, adjustable, though you will mostly just fit kids. So if you want to wear it and you're an adult, or an older teen, or just, someone who's not a little kid, you'll need to find some way to extend it. Next we have the 2 ghost icons it comes with, the Aura ghost icon and the Edison ghost icon. So first we have the Aura ghost icon, which is Kamen Rider Ghost's personal ghost icon. Has a black base, using the same kind of metallic, kind of glittery plastic that was found on the Noon ghost icon, and is actually found within basically all ghost icons. Has that same design, with the look of an encased eyeball. And you'll see that it does have this part here on the cover. And something I didn't notice when I looked at the Noon ghost icon is that it continues that trend of the basically molded on bolts, to actually make it look like this is an eyeball with inside a kind of solid casing. Have the top here with the icon for Ora Damashi, the form it creates, with a G and Ghost along the bottom. QR code on the back. You can flip through the different icons within it. First, of course, we have the normal eyeball mode. Then the numbering, in this case is a G for Ghost. The transformation panel. And the special attack panel, which is a foot for his rider kick. Second is Ghost Icon 02, the Edison ghost icon, based on Thomas Edison, an American inventor, known for developing the incandescent light bulb and inventing the phonograph. It's got a yellow color, and it really does have the same design as, essentially, all ghost icons use the same mold, except for the panel on the bottom, which indicates which icon is which, and the stickers, both on the top and inside. So you've got 02 and Edison on the top, QR code on the back. Then you have the different symbols, or different panels. The numbering, 02, the Damashi symbol, and the special attack symbol, which here is a light bulb. Next, getting to the electronics, we're just going to switch it on. With the on switch down here, we'll give you a light and a startup sound. And so, like the mock driver, the ghost driver announces its name upon startup. On its own, pulling the trigger will give you this sound, and pushing it back in gives you this sound. So, for the transformation, we're just going to start by setting up the ghost icon by switching it from the I mode to the numbering mode. Then press the button on top to open it up. Get a waiting sound. Then place in the ghost icon right here. Get the sound to confirm that a ghost icon has been inserted. And close it up to start the standby phase. Then pull and push the trigger. And there you have the transformation sound for Kamen Ghosts Ore Damashi. Now getting to that name, Ore is the Japanese pronoun, the masculine pronoun for I or me. And Damashi is an altered version of Tamashi, meaning soul. And now, while normally my soul would be Ore no Tamashi, with it being changed to Damashi, Ore Damashi basically means my soul. And so, Ore Ghost Icon means my ghost icon. Just to indicate that it is his personal one, containing his own soul. Then, for the special attack or Omega Drive, you gotta pull out the trigger again, and push it back in. And after that, any single pull will go to the Omega Drive, but if you do it 4 times in a row, you get the Omedama attack. Now, while that does have kind of a double meaning, and has been kind of sometimes translated as like scolding, it actually means big eyeball, as it's used to create a giant projection of whatever ghost icon ghost is using to fire at kind of portals for his enemies, the Gamma, to come through and to steal them. Then, cancel this transformation, open it up, remove the icon, and close. Let's say Oyasumi or good night, which is kind of a little play on how Kaigan can mean both eye-opening and awakening. Now, before getting to Edison Ghost Icon, one of the interesting things about the Ghost Driver is that you can actually see how it works without having to really dismantle it. As in the box, it comes a separate, or the two halves come separated. So you have to press these two buttons to attach it, but you also use that to detach them. So looking at the actual back half, we can basically see how this works. So first off, we have the button which will depress these two levers, which will cause the front half to pop open using this spring-loaded piece here. Setting in the ghost icon, we'll hit a series of pins down here, indicating which one is in. Then pulling the trigger does a couple of things. First, pops out this little switch, which hits the button on the ghost icon. It also pulls in these two tabs that get pushed back out when it's pushed back in. And that we get to the front half. We can see that once attached and once opened, the eye is closed, as these two tabs press down on two buttons here on the back, which cause the eyelids to open and close on a spring. You'll also see a lot of that clear plastic here. And with it off, you can more clearly see the face underneath the front cover, with a wicked toothed grin. Then you can just put it back on by pulling in the two tabs and reattaching the cover. Next, we'll get to the Edison ghost icon. So first, switch to the numbering mode. Once again, open up. Close up. And that transforms Kamen Rider Ghost into Edison Damashi, giving him electricity powers. And you can see that the icon here is a light bulb here in the center, and so the blank space becomes the eyes. And that's one of the interesting things about his ghost changes, how it makes use of kind of negative space to create the image of a face using different objects. Then we'll do the Omega Drive.
Kaigan, Edison, Omega Drive.
And the Omedama.
Kaigan, Edison, Omedama.
Additionally, I'll also show you guys what the new Ghost icon does when used with Ghost Driver. And there you have the transformation to Newton Damashi. And the Omega Drive. And the Omedama. overall, the Ghost Driver is a pretty interesting belt, both for what it does on its own, and how, at least as far as I see, it has a lot of kind of homages and kind of callbacks to past Heisei Rider belts, such as being a belt using a lot of clear plastic with a lever similar to the Forza Driver, having a kind of repeating beat loop with a kind of certain catchphrase used, similar to the Wizard Driver, and the way the belt is used to manipulate the gimmick which is inserted into it, similar to the Sengoku Driver. And there do seem to be a lot of other homages to past riders and kind of rider gimmicks within the Ghost toy line and within the series by proxy. So that's definitely something I'm going to kind of get to with the later toys in the line. And it definitely is interesting. It's also got quite a bit of wordplay to it with the different raps of the different forms, and just the wordplay in general, even with stuff like icons, where it's got a few different meanings, with icon being a pun on the word icon, and that is kind of relevant in both the different icons for the different symbols that you can switch through, as well as the ghost changes being based on famous historical icons, as well as having an alternate spelling where it's basically a combination of I and kon being the Japanese word for soul. So it's definitely very interesting, and certainly something that is an interesting buy, though at the same time it is unfortunate that it's a little bit limited, and it's really the kind of thing where you kind of have to get more icons to make it worth it, as like a lot of similar belts where the gimmick activates the belt sounds, besides different name announcements, the special attacks are the same. So really the big difference is the transformation phrase and what light color you get out of it. It's also very interesting because it's the kind of thing where you have to kind of manually set the gimmick, as it will make the same sounds regardless of which mode you have it on. So you could potentially just start up from the base I mode, then switch to that, and you'd still get Oridamashi. You kind of have to make sure that's on this when you start to have it done properly. So, while I can certainly recommend it, if you're still a bit on the fence, I would probably wait until there are some more Ghost icons released, and then buy it at a time where you can get more icons easily to get a few more sounds out of the belt. As because it just uses one icon at a time, it means all it really does is it just has the form changes and those different sounds. So, well, it certainly is worth picking up. For some, it might be more worth picking up if you just wait a little bit. So, next time I'll be taking a look at the Deluxe Gun Saber from Kamen Rider Ghost. If you enjoyed this review, please leave a like, comment, or share it. You can check me out on Facebook at facebook.com/KRX50. And for now, this is KRX50, writing off.